Pokken Tournament DX isn't about catching an evolving Pokemon, it's about putting two of those cute critters in a ring and bashing it out.
Fight!
We reviewed Pokken Tournament when it first came out on Wii U, and we really liked it.
Yeah, indeed. Based on an arcade game originally, Pokken Tournament took a variety of Pokemon characters and introduced an exciting fighting system that was both flashy and deep in strategy. The game features online and offline modes and also a series of fighting leagues where you learn about the mysterious Shadow Mewtwo, a soulless fighting machine.
Pokken Tournament DX is a re-release for Switch. It includes a few tweaks to the original game and a few new Pokemon to play with too. And the good news is, just about everything is unlocked right from the start.
Yes, including the new playable Pokemon, such as Empoleon, a regal penguin. I love the way Empoleon slides around the battlefield. Fantastic ice blasts.
Great, you did it!
There's also Sizer, although I never really gelled with or liked Sizer's moveset. But that super move. Oh. So spectacular!
The super moves are so good! There's also the creepy shadow tentacles of Darkrai and Krogunk, who's my favourite of the newcomers. So much tood.
You mean your favourite besides Pikachu Libre, of course?
Of course.
Cosplay Pikachu is officially the best. Decidueye is the final new addition, who wasn't actually in the arcade version. Decidueye is a keen owl archer who glides to enemies with ease for precision attacks.
I really like Decidueye's style, but even with all these new additions, I can't help but default back to Machamp. Such muscle!
Such power! There's also a couple of new adorable support Pokemon, which you can call into battle at certain times to help out. They can buff your fighter, disrupt your opponent, which can be helpful for landing some of the more tricky super moves, or just do straight up damage.
I choose you!
Other than that, there aren't many changes to the core gameplay over the Wii U version.
Yeah, you can battle online and in 3 versus 3 battles, as well as local versus, of course. The biggest new addition besides the new playable Pokemon is you can now view your replays and study other players' replays online.
This is useful for pro players who want to be the very best, and this is no easy fighting game to master. The tutorials are long, and the fighting mechanics include complicated ideas such as counters and cancelling moves.
Yes, in fact, I'd suggest just playing a few rounds before you even attempt the tutorials, then everything will start to click. Then you can practice those deeper fighting mechanics later on after you've improved a bit.
If you've never played Pokken Tournament before, the main difference over other fighting games is that the combat shifts from 3D to 2D fighting depending on certain moves and fight conditions. It takes a while to get used to, but it's a unique idea and it just works. Although rounds are over so quickly that it can be hard to refine your strategy before it's all over.
Yeah, and that's been my major criticism of this game, besides the story mode being a bit simple. If I was going to nitpick, I would also wish that the bigger moves had some interactive elements, like maybe quick time events, to make them more interesting to use.
If I was going to nitpick, I would say that the battle arenas themselves are a little bland. Many fighters nowadays have dynamic environments, but the most you'll do in these arenas is pick up the odd energy cube. Yum yum.
True, but the environments are pretty and the fighter animations are excellent.
Yeah, and the fighting is always fun, especially when you get a juggle going. That's where you knock an enemy into the air and chain attacks together for total domination. Also, every fight in the story mode usually rewards you with something, so you do always feel like you're making some progress.
Overall, this is a flashy, fast-paced fighter, which is exciting to play and to watch. Plus, the controls have some good depth to them. I'm giving it 3.5 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Yeah, you know what, Rad? I've grown to like this game even more since I reviewed it last. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 rubber chickens, upping my score, although that is mostly because of Machamp.
Is he Machampion?
Yes!